5 Ancient Tales of Spies and Espionage. Before we start, I would want you to hit that red subscribe button so that you never miss out on any of our videos. Hey guys, what's up? Welcome back to Massive Phenomenon. 5. Sun Tzu's Spies. The art of war is revered by many as not only a guide to carrying out a successful war but also a successful life. Written in the 5th century BC in China by Sun Tzu, it has influenced readers from General Douglas MacArthur to the Soviet KGB. In the work's final chapter, Sun Tzu describes how best to use spies. Sun Tzu describes 5 types of spy: the local spy, the inside spy, the reverse spy, the dead spy, and the living spy. Local spies are ones that you hire from an enemy city. Inside spies are members of the opposing military that you can bribe. The reverse spy is an enemy spy you catch and convince to work for you. The living spy is one you send into enemy territory and returns to you with information. The dead spy is perhaps the most interesting. By placing false information you want the enemy to find, you can place it on a person's dead body. 4. Hannibal's wigs. The Carthaginian general Hannibal is renowned for his campaign, which took on the full might of the Roman state. Hannibal carried his army all the way into Italy and came within a hair's breadth of capturing Rome itself. His techniques were often not subtle. You do not march elephants over the Alps to wage a secret war. But Hannibal was not beyond using spy techniques when he needed to. When Hannibal was crossing the territory of the Celts, he realized that they might try to assassinate him. The writer Polybius described the lengths he went to in order to save himself. He caused a number of wigs to be made for him, suited in appearance to men of various ages, and these he constantly varied, changing at the same time his clothes also to harmonize with the particular wig which he wore. 3. Aeneas Tacticus's secret messages. The ancient Greek world was one of multiple city-states that were almost always at war with one another. Given the Greek propensity to study everything, it was only natural that they would also turn their minds to the examination of war. One of the first writers to do this lived in the 4th century and was called Aeneas Tacticus. His sole surviving work is called How to Survive Under Siege and describes the steps one needs to take to defend a fortified city. Tacticus says that one must find ways of getting messages out of the city to signal to your allies for help and tells you a number of ways to do so. You could take any book and use a pin to poke minute holes next to certain letters to spell out words. Even more secret methods can be used. He suggests sewing the message into the heel of your messenger's shoes. 2. Stones. To survive a siege, you have to be able to not only send out the messages you want to escape but also stop anyone you don't want talking to the enemy getting one out. Aeneas Tacticus tells you how to watch out for treachery from within by giving examples of how cities have been betrayed before. At one siege, the man who was set to guard the gate was allowed out of the city to fill a jar with water. While doing this, he would tell the enemy during which watch of the day he would be in charge of the gate. He would leave 1 stone by the well if he was on the first watch, 2 if the second watch, etc. The enemy then used this information to attack the gate when they knew the traitor would open it for them. Tacitus says that once the city is under siege, the leader should lock the gate and not let anyone out. 1. Message on an arrow. Getting a message into a city under siege can be tricky. Why not use a weapon of war to get your secret message through? At the siege of Potidaea in 480 BC, the Persian leader Artabazus tried to get help from a traitor inside the walls by wrapping his messages around the shaft of an arrow and shooting it at the city. Unfortunately for the Persians, this was not a foolproof method of delivering secrets. One of the arrows with a message struck the shoulder of someone standing on the walls. Once the arrow was pulled out, the message was noticed, and the conspiracy was uncovered. When Quintus, brother of Cicero, was under siege in Gaul, he tried to get a message to Caesar calling for help. All his first messengers were caught and killed, so Quintus wrote his letter on the shaft of a javelin, which was carried out of the camp without being detected. This brings us to the end of our video. I hope you enjoyed it. Hit like if you did, and don't forget to subscribe to our channel so that you don't miss any of our videos in the future. Also, watch the 2 videos that are on your screen, because I'm sure you'll love them.